You know, in my life, I've said a lot of things, I've done a lot of things, and it leads me to one inexorable hope and prayer is that Jesus has a sense of humor. Because if not, bro, I'm going to the bad place. Like, honestly, like, most of the time, I'm just joking around, you know, like, and if Jesus has a good fucking sense of humor, we're good to go, man, because he knows I'm joking.
Yes.
But if not...
I agree.
Anyway.
If not, yeah.
I mean, if not, heaven's going to be a pretty fucking lame place, don't you think?
Yep.
Like, if there's no laughter and if there's no sense of humor in heaven, I don't think that's possible. It couldn't be heaven without laughter and without revelry and, you know, whatever the word is besides that. Get out your thesaurus. Anyway, this is 2A Taco Tuesday with E Honda and friends. I am E Honda. These are my friends. This is Ohio Patriot. He's from Ohio. This is Leo Red. He's from Chicago. And this is Lawfully Armed. And I forget where you're from, Lawfully Armed. Where are you from?
Arkansas.
I feel like we've talked about this before. I just fucking forgot. Arkansas.
The land of Bill Clinton.
The other kind of Kansas. Did you vote for Clinton when he was running for office?
He was probably too young, wasn't he?
Dude, I was in diapers when Clinton was in office.
Right.
Like, my earliest memory of Bill Clinton is when they were impeaching him. Like, I can remember I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I remember that too.
That was a fucking straight out lie, too.
Mm-hmm.
This like bald-faced lie to the American people. I mean, it's typical of Democrats, but, you know, for the time, it was a big deal.
I mean, to show my age, I was in diapers when Ronald Reagan was president.
Yeah, I remember Reagan.
And Honda, too, right?
Yeah. I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. I vaguely remember Ronald Reagan, too, yeah. But I do remember the first George Bush. I remember it. First one.
I remember when he got elected, and then I remember when Bill Clinton got elected. And it was like a big deal because Ross Perot ran as an independent and stole enough votes away from the incumbent Bush that it allowed Clinton to win. And everyone was very upset about that.
They warned everyone about NAFTA.
Everybody talk at the same time. Go.
Shout out. Blah, blah, blah.
Go ahead, Lawfully.
Yeah, nobody, right? Just only me. God damn it.
Trouble to shop it up under pressure.
Yours, Ohio Patriot.
It was also the only time in American history that I can remember where you actually had Democrats and Republicans both do an actual budget because of Perot being in the race there.
Oh, Ross.
Weren't you going to say something too there, Lawfully Armed?
Yeah, Ross Perot warned everybody about NAFTA, how there was going to be a loud sucking sound of the jobs leaving America, and he was right.
You're too young to remember that shit.
That's the neat thing about history. You can study it.
You can't. History is in the past. You just leave it there.
See, my question about history is, okay, so like you watch the news today, you see the current events today, you see the narrative of the current events today and how much of a lie everything is all the fucking time. Not everything, not every little fucking thing, but fucking everything is a fucking lie. See? And that's what's going on in the current news of today. How do you think fucking history reads?
Honda, Tactical Muffin Top saying he missed the invite.
Oh. Well, that was on purpose. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Cool. Fuck Tactical Muffin Top. All right. I'm with it. Let's
there
go.
You go, buddy. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, if they get the current events and the current news so woefully wrong, how in the fuck did... Like, how in the fuck do you think the fucking history books are compared to what actually happened? And again, we all know that history is written by the victors, so there's a whole other half of a story that's never even heard when you read the history books. But yeah, man. I mean, it's all a narrative. It's all a story that we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel good about the things that we've done that are terrible in our past. And I feel like the narrative that's being taught in school today to the kids is a narrative that will allow them to overthrow the current order of this country and rewrite the fucking way things work, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Ceasefire agreement by Israel and Hamas.
Yep.
Only a couple of weeks before President Trump gets in office.
Now, is it Hamas or Hezbollah? I think it's Hezbollah.
Yeah, it was Hezbollah, and Netanyahu was the one who announced it.
Hezbollah. Wait, which one's Hezbollah?
That's Lebanon.
The Syrian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So Gaza is still happening, obviously. But I mean, honestly, I think Trump's gonna get in day fucking one and be like, "All right, Ukraine and Russia, figure that shit out. Come to the table and talk. All right, cool. That one's solved. All right, Israel, Palestine, come to the table and talk. All right, that one's solved. All right, China trade. How about you guys fuck off and we'll do this? Boom, boom, boom. Make some deals, add some tariffs, yada, yada, yada. Little special spice, put out some Doge, you know? Boom, boom, boom. We got a fucking government again that's working for the people. That's not spending fucking goddamn trillions of dollars into oblivion. You know, we spend $1 trillion every 100 days.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? Muffin top by a Leo? I'm sorry, baby.
Take your mic out of your
fuck?
penis.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, baby. Was that a fuck muffin top by a Leo?
What? I said nothing of that.
I heard it while I was doing laundry, you bastard.
And who's whittling
made
a
more
stick
sense.
right now?
Oh, sorry, that was me. I was sharpening a knife.
I can hear you whittling, you whittler.
No, I was sharpening this $5 Ozark Charles I got from Walmart the other day.
Masturbating.
Just admit you're whittling. You're
I wish
whittling,
I was
like-
whittling the wood.
whittling your
Sounds
stick.
like splitting pubes with a dry razor.
No, I finally found my knife sharpener that I was missing. So
Getting it ready for that bottom surgery.
Whoa.
Harris
actually,
was
these things were
drunk.
not bad out of the box. They just needed like a little bit of an edge put to them. Is what it was.
Harris was drunk in a video today.
Yeah.
Jason J saying,
It's in your Discord.
"Oh, let me go look at my Discord. That sounds fun."
Yeah.
I bet you she's fun while she's drunk. I bet you it's
In
some
bed.
fun time.
Well, she don't give a fuck any. Like she got nothing to lose now. She already lost.
I mean, hey, like if it was me, like if it was me saying that I at least became vice president should be good enough.
All right, we got a
For my
30-second
life,
clip
for
to
my
watch
career.
here. Yeah, vice president's good enough for a half black Indian woman.
I
Oh.
have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power
Okay, I can hear the slurs. Okay.
and you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. I just have to.
I mean, is she drunk?
Hopefully.
Sounds like it. Like you hear like a little bit of slur in it. Just don't let anybody take your power.
She might just be that
away from
stupid.
That sounded like the kind of pep talk that you would get from like your recently broken up friend about relationship.
Words are hard. Yeah, dude. I keep imagining her without fucking makeup on, bro. It's a scary fucking thought.
Hey, but in her 20s, she was.
Yeah, that shit don't count when you're 60, bro.
Yeah, that neck freaks me out from all
Yeah,
the
that
things
neck-
she gargled.
Something's going on with that neck. Like, look at this thing.
Yuck.
I mean, that neck put in a lot of work back in the
Yeah,
day,
it
you know?
Yeah, it's got highway and city miles on it. Look at that thing.
No, that's all highway, baby.
It's like in the
Willie's got his
stream.
own stretch marks.
It's like in the strain when the vampires open their mouths and it like shoots out that big ass forked tongue.
I know. That's a big ass fucking tongue she's working.
Old man Butt Wrinkles says Denver mayor came out and said he would use the Denver Police Department to mobilize 50,000 Denverites to prevent Honda 420 from spray painting another Mosin. Oh no! You should have read the end of that fucking sentence before the beginning. I thought you were talking about the migrants.
Bazinga, he got you.
Well, the mayor of Denver did come out and say that he would use the Denver Police Department and mobilize 50,000 Denverites to prevent ICE from coming in and deporting people who need to be deported.
What the fuck?
WTF.
And I forget who it was. One of the Trump people was saying, like, basically that's an arrestable offense. If you stand up to the federal government and defy lawful orders, it doesn't matter if you're a fucking police officer or a mayor or whatever, you're breaking the law, and that's an arrestable offense, a chargeable offense. That anyone who does it will be held with a crime in prison.
Dun dun.
Well, it's technically multiple felonies, including high treason.
You're under arrest, Ohio.
It's literally your tax
JB
file.
Pritzker with you.
Not that guy says, people on the ground say Trump was the best president in our lifetime. The history books will say we elected a felon Hitler who crashed the economy and started World War III. You're right.
Yep.
He did those things. He did that. This is to a Taco Tuesday where we actually talk about guns a little bit. I got a couple of gun things pulled up that we can look at if you guys want.
Nope.
Yes.
But not very many.
That's all I want.
I didn't.
I want to talk about swords and spears.
I want to talk about me.
Well, both of you can leave and go talk about your spears and yourselves together.
Let me get a minute here, brother. Make sure you like, share, and sub to the E Honda 420 channel. He has a big SKS playing dick. There you go. That's for you.
Look at this, a big pew and a little pew. This is from Dragon Man. I have similar versions of both of these guns. Do you guys have similar versions of both of these guns too?
Yeah, but why do you want a bipod on such a 1022?
Because it's a pistol. I don't know. Because it comes with one in the box when you buy it.
No. What? A bipod? No, it don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
The Charger does.
The Charger does.
Does it really?
You didn't know that? Means you don't have one.
I have just a full size 22,
It's
which
fine,
would make
you know?
more sense.
Sometimes it sucks to not have all the cool things, you know?
I don't have all the cool shit.
You got to work a little harder, you know? Save a little bit more money.
No, I'm buying cool shit like nods.
I like that arrow upper.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. In 41.
Tell from here what kind of upper that is.
You just know. That's their Atlas R1 handguard.
All right.
And
Fair enough.
M4 E1 enhanced upper.
Well, penis.
And
What's this dude's name? I don't know. I don't usually like him. He usually comes off as a pretentious, money-grubbing prick who's only in the Second Amendment community to enrich himself on all of our backs, which is fine to some extent, I guess, because, you know, some people need to be here talking about things, and maybe you should be paid for it on some level. I get that. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, there's something that about this dude that seems kind of grifty to me. However, I did like this message. Let's listen.
some people would weigh in and be upset with Trump of like, hey, we lost bump stocks under him. And he wasn't the huge Second Amendment advocate we wanted him to be the first time. Now he's clearly far better than, Kamala, who wants to ban AR-15s. Trump was never saying, let's ban AR-15s and working toward that end, but he could have done a lot better with guns in his first term. I think he's going to do way better this time. And I think he's surrounded by lions who have been bullied enough. And now if he was, not quite bold, on reclaiming a pure Second Amendment, I think he will be this time. And I cite J.D. Vance. Here's a picture of J.D. Vance chilling with an AR-15, just loud and proud right there. No excuses.
At his woodshed.
Bro, I love it. Some people would weigh in and be upset.
Yep. I don't know, man. I think Trump learned his lesson when it came to the Second Amendment, that any infringement whatsoever, red flag laws, bump stock bans, anything else that he fucking thought about doing was all wrong and all not the thing to do. And that people fucking gave him enough pushback and feedback on that I think when he's in office this time, it's not even going to be something that they talk about.
He needs to get rid of Pam Bondi's ass for AG pick, if that be the case, because she is pro red flag law. She pushed for him in Florida in 2017 or 2018 after Parkland happened.
Just all the litigation that Trump has been through the last couple of years. I bet he would take back that take the guns first, due process second.
Yeah. I bet she's gonna be singing a different tune.
Gargling one, maybe.
Hopefully.
I straight up called out Bernie Moreno yesterday. He's the guy that won here in Ohio to beat Sherrod Brown. But Moreno went on record back in 2019 going and attacking red and saying we need red flag laws, universal background checks, and gun bans and magazine bans too. And he never presented that statement. And I called him out on the whole thing. And I was like, hey, if you want to actually prove you're pro 2A, do not fucking let Bondi get in there as AG.
Yeah, there were some posts about her today. I guess I didn't put it together that that's what they were about. Like I saw her talking about red flag laws and shit, but I didn't realize that she was being considered for attorney general.
Yeah, she's the one that was picked after Gates dropped out.
And by the way, does anyone know why Gates dropped out? Turns out there were 4 rhinos who basically, and I forget which ones they were, but there were a couple of rhinos who came out from the Republican Party and said that they would oppose him. And without those 4 votes, they wouldn't have enough votes because it would be those 4 and all of the Democrats saying no. Which is fucking like Mitch McConnell was one of them. I know that. And it's like, have you seen that guy fucking in front of the camera? He has lost his fucking mind. He is not aware of what's happening anymore. He is too fucking old and too decrepit and too fucking gone to be in a position of making any kind of decision about anything at all, let alone complex decisions regarding our futures in the federal government, right? So I don't understand why. I mean, is there some sort of law that you can use to get a sitting member of Congress out because he's too old or whatever? I know there is for the president.
We would need to enact age and health limits and stuff like that.
So there's nothing in the fucking in law that says like, oh, if you're a senator and you like had a stroke or something, but you're still alive, but you can't fucking do your duties because you're fucking stroked out.
They just keep on going.
It would have to be something in the state level, I believe, at that point, where like a governor would step in and be like, nah, sorry, we got to change out you with somebody else then. But you got to remember, because Dianne Feinstein was literally pretty much on her deathbed in a wheelchair, where you had her aides basically voting for her in her last days before they had her die in Congress, basically, that's what it was there.
And then she voted that day still.
Yeah. And she was I think she was already dead in that wheelchair that day when they had a senatorial vote, that's what it was.
Jesus. I have concerns about Trump's Secretary of Treasury pick, Scott Bassett. Lots of Soros connections there.
Yeah, he's had a few questionable ones.
I think he's also a hedge fund manager too, if I'm not mistaken.
I honestly really hope, because like that was the whole fucking problem with the Trump presidency the first time, was basically half the people he picked were the wrong fucking people.
Well, the problem with a lot of these picks is Jared Kushner making the fucking picks and Trump being like, yep.
Why is Jared Kushner making any picks?
No fucking clue.
Who the fuck is Jared Kushner before he got married to Trump's daughter?
A Soros plant.
Like, honestly, like, how did he make his money? Where did he come from? what did he do before, he was in politics or whatever. And I don't even know what he does now. Like, he just has money, right? That's it. He just has money. Just people have money. So they get to be like, well, I have the money, so I have the authority, and respect to the man with the OZ. Anyone?
Are you doing a song right now?
No Sublime lovers out there, huh? All right. Bunch of fucking faggot fucking pieces of
Say it
shit.
again.
What a fucking emo biker guy.
Yeah, well, not all of us
I
can
was reading an
be
article on Christian.
not all of us can be cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball.
Yeah, that's a Sublime song. Very good.
If I had $1 million, then I'd give Honda it all.
Oh, Honda.
Oh. I was about to say something mean, but I'm going to save it now.
For next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
I'm gonna pet my naked mole rat cat now.
That's the worst voice I've ever heard.
Well, you're doing it better.
I know.
Was that Leo?
No.
No, that was me.
You consider voice acting?
Gadgets down, baby.
States can do recalls, but you need enough people to sign a petition to get rid of a senator, I guess. The state that elected him. Okay, there we go. Everyone's answering my questions. Everybody's answering my. 3 people in a row were like, "Here's how it works, Honda. You fucking retard."
It also depends if you actually have recall at a state level or not. And if the, I think it's Secretary of State has to sign off on it when it's all said and done then to make sure that recall can happen then.
Whose fucking side are you on, Ohio?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's how the laws actually work is when it is there.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Because if you know, you'll remember back in Michigan in 2020 or so, give or take, they were trying to recall Whitmer, and that bitch Jacqueline Benson, who's their Secretary of State there, refused to even certify Whitmer's recall. That's what it was. Get rid of the AT.
See, this is what gives me hope right here. 2 seconds.
Why don't we just get rid of the ATF? Why don't we just get rid of the ATF? Why don't we just get rid of the ATF? Why don't we just get rid of the ATF?
I could fall asleep to that.
I'm not sure if it was JD that introduced it or somebody else, but there's a piece of legislation that was introduced in the last couple of days to abolish the ATF now.
You're as hard as a diamond in an ice storm right now, aren't you, Honda?
I don't even know what that means, but yes.
What?
Ricky
Means you got a rock hard erection, bruh.
Okay, so yeah, this is what all the Pam Bondi shit was about. Pam Bondi is seen here justifying her support for red flag laws, banning bump stocks, preventing 18 to 20-year-olds from being able to buy rifles and shotguns. Bondi is not pro 2A. Call your senators and demand that they not approve Bondi for United States Attorney General. Call this number.
Call away, boys.
What happens if you actually call that number?
It's the switchboard for the U.S. Senate, and it'll direct you to your federal senator.
Well, okay, my senator's a fucking Democrat, and he's going to vote against whoever it is or for whoever it is if it's good for them anyway, so it doesn't matter what I say.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck Jason Crow, by the way. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's my senator from Colorado who represents me in the district that I live in, and he is the biggest piece of shit, gaslighting, lying, fucking manipulative. Like, I can't even think of words that are bad enough to describe him, dude. All he does is lie to people and, like, fucking fearmonger and, like, tote the line for the Democrats. Whatever the Democrats are saying, that he's like a hitman for the Democrats, right? Like, whatever the Democrats are saying, he's out there on the front line, like, fucking spearing motherfuckers with the fucking lies that they tell people. That's what he fucking does. And it's infuriating that no matter what I do, no matter how much I speak about fucking politics in my local area or whatever, that this motherfucker's just going to keep getting fucking elected because we have so many left-hearted fucking retards in Denver that my vote essentially doesn't fucking matter, and it sucks.
But you're pretty.
Every time your mouth moves, it makes me want to punch something.
Well, punch away. Hey, I can't help it, man. It's your fucking fault you live there. You can move. You have the ability.
Do I?
Yeah. Your kids are almost old enough. It's about time. Pack it up. You got the motorcycles.
I have not had the ability until now, and I still don't for another 2 years at least. And even then, I would have to like move to a different area and be like, I don't know if you guys want to come with me, kids, but Dad's leaving. Peace out. I'm going to go make a new life for myself in a different state all alone, and it's going to be great. It's like, yeah, I could do that, but that sounds like fucking hell, dude. It's not an
Some
option.
dads used to do that.
Honestly, not a
without
fucking
having
option.
kids.
Yeah, that
Traveling
one guy who
salesman.
faked his death and
Okay,
went
what
to
if
the
you-
Middle East.
What if you
That's
tactical
family.
up on top? Let's say you and your wife broke up, and you and your kids or your son or whatever it is. I forget what. Do you have a son? You have a son.
I have a son, yes.
And now you only get to see your son half of the time, and the other half of the time you got to work your ass off so that you can pay off money to your ex who's being a bitch to you and doing all this shit, right? So you're always on the edge of like, oh, dude, one more fucking paycheck that I miss or something, and I could be out on the street. So you're fucking on the edge of fucking everything all the time because of all the money that just goes flying out of your fucking bank account, no matter how hard you work. Which, by the way, you work all that you can, but you also have to be there for your kids half the fucking time, right? Because you can't just be like, oh, well, let me just put it off on somebody else and let some fucking stranger raise my kids while I work. Because you can't even be there half the time to begin with. So you want to be the other half of the time. Because in like 18 years, that shit's going to pay off and your kid's going to know who their fucking dad is, right? It's going to pay off way the fuck more than any fucking amount of work or job or anything that you could do. But the thing about that is you are now tied to an umbilical cord to your ex, and you cannot, if she moves to Texas, guess where you're moving? Fucking Texas, bro. There ain't shit that you can fucking do about it. It's not your fucking choice. You don't get a fucking say about it, and it's not fucking fair. That's the way fucking life works. Shit's not fucking fair, and you got to deal with it. And when people come in and say, oh, well, you could just do this because you they don't know shit about shit, and they should keep their fucking mouth shut about stuff.
It's your chat.
Wait, what I just walk in them palms to?
I don't know. I missed a
just
couple
went to
Honda
make some
chats,
coffee.
and now I come back and he's a dick.
Well, don't tell me where I can move and do stuff that I
You
can't
can.
do.
It is possible.
What did I just fucking say, dude?
You are a very negative person, Honda.
So, Leo, I just have to ask, Pam, would you?
Pam.
Bondi.
Would I?
I don't know. I have to look at her. let me look at her.
Would Leo?
Florida's attorney.
Yes.
I knew it.
Attaboy.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like that, but like seriously, like I deal with shit that I don't talk about on this fucking chat. That's my shit to deal with. And when people come in and say like, "Oh, well, you could just do this," or "Hey, Honda, why are you just a waiter?" or whatever.
I didn't say that.
Well, I know you didn't say that, but people have said that, and that it strikes the.
You know
same-
what's sad is you're a waiter or whatever, and you make what I make, and I do a fuckload of math. So, just fucking saying.
I thought you were a bartender.
Waiter, bartender, I do everything.
Blow guy, you know.
And my job is fucking more complicated and stressful than I could fucking say.
Oh, Leo, she's 59.
Okay.
Oh, that's the cutoff.
Pam Bondi, really?
That's what Pat Riot, a.k.a. Not That Guy, says.
Roll.
Okay,
Can
she's
you
a
tell-
cougar. Okay.
You're a naughty,
59 years
gross
old.
guy.
Well, for someone who's 41, if she's 59, I guess she's a cougar to me.
You just going straight for the will, ain't you, son?
18 years older than you.
No. She could be my mom.
Thanks for that mental image.
Right.
You're welcome.
God damn. Certain generation in which every man born will know exactly which movie this came from.
Whoa. Stevenson all.
And if you don't know, that's too bad for you.
That is too bad for me. Look at that wreck. What is Kirk Butterfield's fucking problem? You're fucking gay. What do you think about that, bitch?
You're all gay.
All gay all the time, baby.
A gay lord, yeah.
Gay, but in the straight way.
Father who pleaded with his pediatrician ex-wife not to chemically castrate their son 9 is dealt crushing blow.
Bless you.
Texas father who tried for years to stop his ex-wife from allowing his preteen child, who now identifies as Luna, to be chemically castrated has been dealt a blow in California court. Los Angeles Supreme Court Judge Mark Juhas ruled that Jeff Younger's ex-wife and whatever the fuck her name is would be granted full custody of his 12-year-old son James, and would be allowed to fuck Jesus Christ be able to allow to translate
transition.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody else read it.
Yeah, so if you never followed Jeff Younger's story, it is a terrible story. His son James, this kid is not transgender at all. When he was with his father, he literally wanted to wear boys' clothes and stuff like that. His mom is a fucking nutcase who basically, I think she wanted to have a daughter and then tried to turn one of her sons into a daughter. Now is what it is. And yeah, this poor guy's been fighting for custody of this kid for like the last 6 years. And now his mom went to California. That's a sanctuary state for trans kids or whatever it is now. And basically got the judges to rule in her favor is what it is there.
That's
Sounds like you need to lead a state insurrection.
Ooh.
Well, I was gonna say I wouldn't say on air what I think should someone in his position should do, but you know.
Go ahead.
You talking about James Younger?
Law-abiding
He
citizens.
should drive out to California with a pickup truck and a shotgun and get his fucking son back, and take him to Mexico or wherever he needs to go.
It would actually be sons because he has 2 kids with her.
All right, 2 guns, deal. We all need to mount up, go on a rescue mission, says not that guy.
Ohio, if I remember correctly, she's also like a psychologist or something.
No, she's a child pediatrician is what it was.
Okay.
All right. I knew it was.
Yeah, that's what makes it even worse. So yeah, it was Gays Against Groomers and a couple other groups like that have created a term called trans housing, which is basically Munchausen by proxy for trans people. Right. Or in this case, it would be parents of kids that they claim are trans.
I mean, remember that story from Sunday that we talked about where the guy his son was brain dead, according to the doctors in the fucking hospital?
Yep.
Yeah,
and
they're
he was like, fuck that shit. I got a gun. You're going to keep working on him. And then as soon as he squeezed his hand and they were like, oh, he's not brain dead, then he gave up. And he was like, okay, like, I'll go to jail. I'll take whatever fucking punishment you deal my way. I feel like sometimes the answer is not within the bounds of the law. Yep. Sometimes you have to go outside of the bounds of law to get justice. And that's an individual basis on an individual, like, you know, like each individual thing has to be dealt with by itself. You can't blanket say that about all laws and all people at all times, right? But there are instances in which the law is insufficient or against you, and the only thing that you can do is stand on a roof with an AR-15 and threaten anyone who comes near your shop that you're going to shoot them in the fucking face because they're going to burn it down if you don't. And the law is not going to help you.
Oh, no.
Roof Koreans, man. I love those guys.
Yep.
Good. Well, if it was a slope roof, then you're good because our snipers can't take you out.
It's true. Those slope roofs will get you.
Yep.
It's the only thing that stops the Secret Service.
They should have seen that one coming.
I mean,
But
do you guys think that Trump's safe now?
no.
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 He's in more peril than he's ever been right now.
Honestly, like if at any moment if there was the news that Trump had been assassinated, I would be shocked in the way that, you know, like when you hear someone, like even if like your sister's dying of cancer and you know that she's going to die, when she actually dies, it's a shock, even though you knew it was coming, you know? So in that way I would be shocked and sad, but I would not be surprised.
You know what? I won't say assassinated, but he was at a meeting and he all of a sudden became ill and then he collapsed.
Right, McDonald's.
Some in his drink or food. Like not a outright assassination with a bullet or something like that. But it'll be something in the food or the drink.
Yeah, like a poisoning or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and then it's up to the medical examiners to prove of like whatever happened, and then do you believe them when they say, "Oh, it was just a heart attack or whatever, like no big deal, it's natural cause of death." Like, okay, like he needs to have like someone who eats the food before he eats it,
Yep,
and drinks the drinks before he drinks them.
Yes,
they have those. They're called food testers.
Yep.
Get on it, Ohio.
For thousands of years. Like all the royal families had them.
Well, for presidents specifically, they do have those, and it's so they don't die. It's like a half hour to 45 minutes before they'll eat anything. They have somebody else eat the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think Putin got one, or a few probably.
Is that really? That's someone's job to be like,
yeah.
Let me.
So if you look back at Trump's first administration, there was actually a time where, because it was a slow-acting poison, because he actually got really sick after the guy who ate the stuff like an hour or so before he did got sick. And that guy got like almost death sick, whereas Trump ended up getting like just like kind of like sick for a day or two.
And then like right after that, he's like, "Okay, go get me something from one of like 50 random like fast food restaurants," because he couldn't fucking like trust the White House staff to cook for him.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me like if you just had someone you trust, like run into Walmart and grab like a random 12-pack of Diet Coke,
right?
You could probably trust that Diet Coke's fine, you know?
Right.
Because they're not just poisoning all the fucking Diet Coke and the Walmart on the off chance that fucking Trump's going to come by and have his dudes come in and fucking, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
right.
You'd have to have someone you could trust. And even then, like, there could be something that happens. Like, all that has to happen is, like, they find the guy that you trust and either get to him or sneak some shit into his shit when he's not fucking looking. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still possible even with that, but...
Well, do you know, they're already thinking that. Like, it's not something... No.
Dino Spumoni. Leo, I wouldn't say that out loud, Honda. Also, Leo, here's how you kill.
Here's a step-by-step. Good job, Leo. You keep being you, big dog.
No, see, the other thing was saying what he should do, and this one is saying what could happen. See, there's a difference.
Oh. See what you did there.
Yeah.
I still think that father should go fucking shotgun break his son out of fucking transition prison.
Yeah. Well, the fucked up part is that kid is old enough now that he's probably already hitting puberty.
Not if he's on puberty blockers and fucking gender fucking drugs.
Well, he hadn't been until this point, is what it is.
But that is funny, Dino.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Six large. What happened since then is you now have 6 companies, 6 large multinationals that control every radio station in America, and all of the television stations in America, and 80% of the newspapers. The television news departments have become corporate profit centers. They no longer have an obligation to benefit the American public. So their only obligation is to their shareholders. How do they satisfy that obligation? By expanding viewership so they can sell more ad space. How do you expand viewership? Why, you do that by appealing to the prurient interest that all of us have in the reptilian core of our brain for sex and celebrity gossip. So they give us Lacey Peterson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, and lots of terror alerts, because that gets viewership as well. But they're not telling us the real news that is affecting people in this country. The fact that today, 1 out of every 6 American women now has so much mercury in her womb that her children are at risk for a grim inventory of diseases: autism, blindness, mental retardation, heart, liver, kidney disease.
Dude, he's been talking about this shit for a long time.
It's fucked, man. So fucked that shit's in our food.
That was 2001, 2002, post 9/11. Also sucks to see how much his voice is degraded in that time.
Mm-hmm. They've actually talked about that for some years now. Like, various doctors have said, whenever a woman has a child, it's usually the first child that get the worst of it, because it'll be all the heavy metal contamination her body will dump into that first kid.
You don't need the sound. I decided to deport myself before Donald Trump does.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a lot of the Haitians from Springfield are now getting out of here now.
Oh, so they're doing it themselves willingly.
Yeah, they're just like, yep, I don't want to be deported to Trump, so let me get the fuck out now.
Already happening.
It's the Trump effect, baby. Saving the government money right now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I've said this before, I don't think if you're here illegally, but you're not breaking the law, you got a 9 to 5 or whatever, you're working, you're paying your bills, you're going to the store and buying stuff, you're adding to the economy, and you're not fucking breaking the laws and like getting DUIs and doing stupid shit, I don't think you have anything to worry about. There's so many people here illegally that it's going to take them 4 years to even try to deal with the bad ones. And I don't even think they'll get through all of them by that point.
Победа против Феррари.
This is in Russia.
I want one. That thing's badass as fuck.
They have all sorts of cool full auto stuff, but it's neutered to be playing.
He's got like a Gatling gun in his foot. That is badass, bro.
Yeah, don't get in front of that guy at a fucking stoplight.
That's some crazy Russian vehicle shit. I like it. 7 months ago, Ohio started allowing citizens to carry concealed firearms without permits. A study has found that the gun crime rates have decreased in 6 of the 8 largest cities in that state.
Yeah, it's been 2.5 years since constitutional carry is going into effect right now. They did. Dave Yost, our AG, did a study between 2022 before it happened, and then, it's back to 2021. 2022 when it was enacted, and then 2023, and then they proved that it was Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and a couple other major cities had decreased in gun crime because of constitutional carry.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's exactly the opposite of what all the fucking anti-gun proponents would say would happen. Remember, like, when concealed carry weapon license started becoming a thing nationally, and the argument about it was like, oh, well, they're just gonna turn the streets of wherever into a shootout.
Yeah, that's what Moms Main Action was saying here the entire time when we had constitutional carry legislation going through our General Assembly. They're like, it's just going to be the wild, wild west again. Everybody's going to be carrying whatever. And it's like, you realize criminals are already doing that, right?
Yeah, the thing about the Wild Wild West was people were fucking polite to one another.
Yeah. Well, most of them were also open carrying, is what it was.
Right. Can you guys open carry in your state?
Yeah, we had open carry initially, and then it became we had open carry first, and then we had permitted concealed carry, and now it's just constitutional carry.
See, like Colorado's got open carry, but Denver doesn't, right? Yeah. So like Colorado's got all like the decent gun laws, except for magazine limits and bullshit. Denver's got all the extra shit. Like Denver's got a assault weapons ban, technically. Even though if you live in Denver, and I know this because I went to a gun show with a friend of mine whose address was a Denver address after that law was passed. And he bought an AK-47 and no one said shit.
Just to get an AK?
Kirk Butterfield, all the comments you've been dropping in the section, I think you have a tiny penis, sir. I rest my case.
Yeah, it was either under Polis's first year in office or it was the governor before him is who got rid of your state preemption, is what was there, Honda?
Sorry, I couldn't hear anything because there was a guy going by with a really loud car. What happened?
Yeah, I said it was either Polis's first year in office there, or it was the governor right before him in Colorado that got rid of state preemption in that state. That's why you have all these cities.
Denver can have more fucking.
Yeah, that's how you can have these major cities now enact all their stupid bullshit, because once state preemption is gone, they're just like, no, everything's good to go at that point.
And that sucks, dude. Because like
it is.
If you look at a map of Colorado, like where are the blue areas? It turns out it's basically Denver. And then a little bit up in like Boulder and fucking, like Fort Collins area, and a little bit down in Colorado Springs, and a little bit over in Grand Junction, like out west. And the entire rest of the state is red.
Yeah.
Did Snuffleupagus change his name to Kirk?
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly how it is here too. You had Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, Akron, Toledo, and some parts of Canton.
The Thornton, Nebraska is for fags. No wonder you're a fag.
Well, you already know mine is. San Francisco and LA control everything.
Well, that's the biggest problem with some of those states. Like, for instance, like Pennsylvania, it's Pittsburgh and Philly that control that state. Or Washington, it's Seattle. Same thing with Oregon being Portland.
I think he means Thornton, Colorado.
All right, that's cute.
Map of Colorado is Charlie Brown. I mean, kind of. It depends on the election. It's been this most recent one. I think there was a little bit more fucking blue than I was expecting, to be honest. But I mean, Lauren Boebert is from Colorado, so there's quite a bit of red out here.
I mean, the one thing good about my state was it actually will show, because people always kept thinking my area is a blue state. I'm like, it's more of a purple, but the blues control certain major areas. But, it could also change too. I mean, they voted for the president because they were all for Trump. But I don't mean they were all for certain politicians here, but some of them got picked.
Who's the worst governor in the United States? Who do you guys think?
Depends on the day.
Newsom every day.
I think Newsom probably it. I mean, he's like a lying, shady prick who is sleazy, and he looks like a politician. Like, doesn't he look like a politician?
I say he's the most scummiest. But there's some that are like fuck ups, like for the sake of fuck ups.
Who's
like
this?
That's J.B. Pritzker, the Illinois governor.
They missed recalling Newsom.
Why is he so
by like
fat?
1,000 votes?
And who are these bitches? I don't know either of these.
I know the one on the top right.
Is Kathy Hunkel. The lower one is Gretchen Whitmer.
Never remember the black people with no computers.
Whitmer has MSNBC eyes. Look at him.
Yeah.
She looks like Bruce the shark from Finding Nemo. I swear to God.
Bruce.
It's your friends, not food.
Yeah, like especially in that picture with her crazy smile. Like you compare that to that fucking shark, and she looks just like that fucking shark.
Causes of death for children. Firearms. When I grew up, the principal threat to young people was traffic fatalities. Today, gun violence and fentanyl are rising threats like automobile safety. We need to focus on these threats to save lives. I mean, certainly the way that they keep the statistics on firearm deaths for children is not correct and is skewed specifically to make it look worse than it is. The drug deaths, I think, are skewed specifically to make it look not as bad as it actually is, honestly. But there's political reasons for both of those things. Some weird shit on the internet.
Yes.
Polis urges Trump not to impose new tariffs. It's like, that's the whole plan, bitch.
Shit, I'm gonna keep running into a lot of dumb people. Keep thinking like, oh, he's gonna do bad with them tariffs.
I mean, what he's going to do is increase tariffs and get rid of taxes, income tax, right? So your income tax is going to be way lower, which means you're going to have more money on your paycheck every time. But things are going to cost more temporarily, right? Because the point of tariffs is like, okay, like let's say you sell shoes and you would make the shoes, but it would cost you, like let's say $100 to make a pair of shoes in America. But you can go to China and have them make those same shoes for like $30, right? Well, by the time it gets over here, you're paying like $50-$60 for your pair of shoes. So you're still making like $40-$50 when you sell them, right? Versus only like $10 if you had them if they were made in America. Well, the shoe produced in America after the tariff would actually be a little bit less because now they're mass producing them. It's not just like a couple of shoes, they're making a fuck ton of shoes. So the cost of each individual shoe would be down a little bit versus what it is now, right? But then the cost of transporting it everywhere wouldn't exist because it's already here. And like the other thing is like the leather, let's say, that goes into shoes comes from America. So we kill the cow, we skin the cow, we ship the cow leather over to China. They process the leather, they sew the leather into a shoe, they ship it back. If we just did all that here, all of that shipping money could go towards paying the people to do the work. And so you'd have a competitive advantage with the tariffs to keep jobs here and to create new jobs here and to make our economy grow in ways that we haven't seen since World War II ended.
Well, not only that, I mean, let's say cutting off income tax stuff, you'd be surprised how much money you get back from income tax. And, the tariffs only hurt for certain goods that you care about that's like from overseas. So if you got some certain expensive taste buying stuff overseas, yeah, the tax is really going to hit you.
Well, what it does is it's going to promote actual jobs to be had here, and then people are going to have even more money here to spend on things here. So yes, Honda is right. The initial is things are going to seem expensive, but at the same time, you're not going to be having as much taken out of your check until that balance is crossed. Then it goes in America's favor tenfold.
Well, and if you wanted to start a business after Trump starts implementing these tariffs, it would be the perfect time to get into 3D printing something or whatever it is that you were thinking about doing for your business, especially if it's a product that you couldn't produce for cheaper than it comes from China. Well, now, by the time it comes from China and the tariffs and the shipping and everything else, you can produce it for cheaper than it comes from China. And therefore, you can start that business. Now you're employing, 5, 10 people, whatever it is. Who knows, 300. And now you're making way more money than you were before,
Yep.
Wendy Howler says, it's funny how you guys think Trump will cut income tax. He's literally said he was going to cut income tax. And he said no tax on tips, and he said no tax on overtime.
And he wants to drop all credit card interest rates to 10%, which is fantastic.
Yeah, cap them.
Not going to happen. I mean, you could be right. It could be that Trump tries to get it done and that for whatever reason they stop him. Do I have faith that Trump's going to try to get it done, though? Yeah, I fucking do, actually.
100%.
Campaign promises that will never... Okay, so when I look at campaign promises from Trump from his first election, he didn't get everything done, for sure. 100% he did not get everything done. But did he try to get everything done? Yeah, he did.
Yep. Red tape all along the way, he still got shit done.
And he still got a fuck ton done, dragging the fucking rest of Congress along by his heels, you know? And the Doge, man, like the Department of Government Efficiency, I think is going to fucking start coming in and kicking ass.
Yeah, that is going to save this country so much fucking money. It's going to be unreal.
Do you know how many different government agencies there are?
Way too many.
Probably more than I care to even attempt.
There are more government agencies today than there have been years that the United States government has existed to this point. And at the rate they're going, every year they make 2 more. Yeah,
That's
Kirk
disgusting.
Butterfield's got... It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 400. So there's more government agencies than there are years that the government has existed at this point. Imagine what like the founding fathers would have thought about that.
They'd be disgusted.
You know, like they went to war over a tea tax, and then they almost had an insurrection after the war ended about a whiskey tax that they tried to implement themselves.
Shay's Rebellion.
Dina Spumoni says, be prepared to be disappointed with Doge. Saw an article today. They're only eliminating 20 jobs. My fucking ass. Okay. Did you guys know?
They already had lists of hundreds of jobs they were ready to eliminate.
Yep.
So after the government shutdown thing for COVID, when everyone went home and were working from home, and it wasn't just the government. I mean, like businesses and offices and everything else did this too. And everyone was working from home remotely and blah, blah, blah. Well, most of the jobs, like most of the regular jobs that regular people have that aren't government jobs, have since COVID ended, gone back to some sense of normalcy with an office open and people there every day and blah, blah, blah. I think it's like 55% or 45% of government employees went home during COVID, started working from home, and never came back. They're still working from home right now. And what are the odds that you working from home for the government, for your government paid job, are working really hard right now at your house? You know, you're really just, you know, you're burning the midnight oil. You're really putting in those hours. You're working your fingers until they're bleeding. Or how many people are at home just chilling with... Okay, do you know about the mouse mover? You know what this is?
Makes it keeps your computer on for you while you're fucking around.
Well, so companies have these monitors, like software monitors that make sure that you're at your desk and working. And one of the ways that they do that is by making sure that if your mouse is like making movements and stuff, they assume that you're at your desk and you're actually doing something, right? So they've got this little fucking robot arm that comes around and like grabs the mouse and then moves it around every now and again and does some stuff with it so that the computer program thinks that you're at your desk doing stuff when you're at the beach or whatever, you know, or who knows where. So yeah, there's like totally ways that people are just like chilling right now. They're just chilling at home, ain't doing shit, fucking collecting government paychecks every week, fuck tons of money because it's the government, so they pay their people pretty well, you know. All of those jobs, I feel like 90% of them, if you're at home and you're working from home, I feel like the government's got it, bro. You don't need to come in anymore. We don't need to pay you anymore. You could just stay home. It's fine. Maybe 10% of those jobs. And for the people who are like in active agencies, I would say you got to fucking coin flip, bro. 50-50 whether your job's actually fucking useful or not. 50-50 whether or not we're going to need you after this shit's done. So 90% of the 50% are gone, and 50% of the people who are left. So you're looking at, 5% plus 20. You're looking at 30% of the people who work for the government are still going to have a job if they do this right. That's a fuck ton of money, dude.
What's the shitload?
What's the average government employee make per year, I wonder?
I'd assume it's more of a levels thing, but yeah, a lot.
It's got to be over 100,000. And most of those motherfuckers work like a couple days a week, couple hours a day. Like they don't really work that hard. And when they do work, it's all like bureaucratic bullshit. Oh, gotta file this thing and then blah, 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 blah. Right? They're not actually working. They're just like doing their bureaucratic bullshit.
Your average government worker is like a pencil pusher, clerical stuff.
Maybe it's time that we have an AI government.
You want to be careful with the AI. That is going to replace Skynet? A lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, Skynet, but what if they got it right?
Genesis?
I think that you don't want to go down that direction if we could help it.
Yeah, but it seems like humans are corrupt, and humans make mistakes, and humans are selfish, and humans have preferences for their families or whatever who aren't necessarily the best at the job. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of things that humans would suck at, and if you could write a program that was actually like transparent, that people could look into who know what they're doing and make sure that the ones and zeros are where they're supposed to be,
Okay, goodbye all actors, goodbye all writers, boom, because AI can do all that. Goodbye all banking sector, goodbye all accountants. I mean, those are some high-paying jobs that that money's no longer coming back. Okay, now you guys go make bolts, because now we're making bolts here domestically. Those people aren't going to do that. Those people think they're too high and mighty to do a job like that.
I mean, we've got robots that are coming in, right? We got
that's
Elon Musk that are going to have these robots that can walk around and make drinks like a bartender and fucking do your shopping for you and probably drive your Tesla car to the store and pick up your kids and do whatever else you need them to do. So we're kind of coming to a point where like human labor is not really a thing anymore for the most part. So what are people going to do anyway? You know what I mean?
It's eliminating the high class and the low class. That means everybody's going to compete for the middle class jobs.
Like, are people going to end up like the people in Wall-E?
Yeah,
right.
Just all fat. Yeah.
Because there won't be any high class jobs because they're all like the thinking and decision making and stuff jobs that AI could do. And not to mention all the writers and everything else that you were just talking about. AI's got that. And then you've got all these robots running around doing all like the remedial labor and factory jobs and fucking like restaurant jobs and bullshit jobs that no one wants to do. So the only jobs that are left are the ones that AI can't do and that robots can't do. And I don't think there's very many jobs that AI and robots won't be able to do eventually.
You need to do robot technician and things like that.
Yep.
But conceivably, you could have a robot technician.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually we get to a point where it is kind of like Wall-E, and we're all just sitting around fucking getting our weekly rations of whatever it is that we get from, you know what I mean? Because we don't produce anything, so now we're just a liability. Now
and
we're
that's
just
when Terminator kills us.
I mean, honestly, bro, that's where it's going. I think maybe.
See, the problem is I can see that, but here's this other factor. there's going to be humans that want to stay they count as the old ways or do their own shit. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a place where, hey, we don't want no robot involvement. There's going to be some planet somewhere, and people going to do their own shit.
No droids allowed.
Yeah, you say that, but you know what's the most effective military tool right now? Fucking
Drones.
robots. I mean, they're drones, but whatever, dude. Like,
I never said that would not happen, but I'm just saying there's people that are going to do that. There's people going to live far out from it's space exploration. Exploration has ever become really good or perfected. You know, people are going to fuck off like thousands of light years away from somewhere else.
all I'm saying is I don't see a solution to this. I don't see a solution to robots solving all of our problems.
Yeah, you don't want them to. They'll replace us.
At one point, it would probably be awesome because it's like, wow, like I have this Elon Musk robot who works fucking 12 hours a day for me and like cleans my house and does my laundry and cooks my meals and, you know, goes to the store and does everything I need.
Wally's 1984.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I don't see that turn to Brave New World on steroids if that happens.
Yeah, because it would be Wall-E, bro. Like, if enough of those fucking robot workers are around, pretty soon, like, there's just not jobs for everyone else. We got robot slave labor that costs nothing, that there's no humanitarian fucking outcry about because they're fucking robots without feelings.
Well, remember, there's people that want to test the water, so I'm pretty sure they're going to make a robot that feels and they're going to start get more sentient, and then they probably go against us. Somebody's going to do some stupid shit.
Well, it's like there's also the robots now that can already pick apples and stuff like that. It's got like 6-7 arms or whatever.
Yeah, and X-Atom 1's got the next stage, which is how they get rid of humans. Think bigger, sex robots, right?
Yep. Ooh, yeah.
Because now you've got a sex robot that will do anything that you want it to do at any time and won't complain and bitch and nag and, you know, will take care of every sexual need that you have for your entire life, and you will never have a kid. Because why would you be in a relationship with a real woman? She's got a dick robot, you know what I mean? That takes care of her. Humanity goes away within a generation. Mostly.
2, 3 tops.
They talked about that in the one Futurama episode where they created the Lucid Lou bots and stuff like that.
There was a lot of literature and even
There's
some old
also
school anime that talked about that.
The AMC series Humans, where that was exactly what was happening. You could buy it was like a robot that was basically your housekeeper, and then you could put it on like sex mode if you wanted to.
How many did you buy, Ohio?
None, because I don't live in that universe.
How many would you buy?
Bucket, bro.
What? You'd buy one and bucket,
just
bro.
one.
Like clean my house and then robotically suck my dick? That's great.
Sweet. Package unit.
On a quick question, I sent you a picture, Honda. I guess I was, I had to do something, and I saw like the sheriff setup on his rifle. I'm like, is that a fucking Olight? Or I could be wrong, cooked on this fucking rifle. I sent a picture on the Discord.
I think it's gonna be a picture of him naked. With, click on that.
You got a Lancer mag there.
Yeah, and he ain't the only one because I took another sheriff's rifle picture before that had the Lancer mag.
Honda.
It's just a light kind of threw me off. It's like ain't that near where the bayonet lug is?
I can't tell the light.
It's tiny in the picture, and if I try to make it bigger, it does this. Oh, a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Oh, it's working. Enhance.
All right.
Enhance. Enhance.
Oh, okay.
This is why we need AI.
Oh.
Right.
Dang it. Now that's as big. What the fuck? Whatever.
Oh, no. Replaced. Humans are
Yeah,
fucked.
look how far I'm zoomed in now.
Right.
There, that's more normal. I got blocked. Don't care. Y'all are faggot kind of libs.
Say
Right.
Snuffleupagus check.
Kirk Butterfield. It's exactly what a gay would say.
Yep.
Who did the drawing? Your retarded child?
What if this retarded child actually did draw that?
That I'm very accurate with my
I
assessment.
hope so. He can be proud. He got noticed.
Engine guy says, "Who didn't get a little chub from Rosie from the Jetsons?"
I got that reference. That's great.
You understood something.
Yay.
What's that from?
The Jetsons? The cartoon?
No. They never reference from somewhere else that said it.
What? The little chub part?
Yeah.
No, that's just sexual, fantasy. It's fine.
Yeah.
That means
it's the maid complex.
Boner. Means a little boner. Like a
No,
chub.
I know that. I thought it was like a reference from like a show or something.
Yeah, the
From the show
Jetsons.
The Jetsons.
No, not the Jetsons. Like, somebody saying it.
Having a chub. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Human criminals are the bot killers.
Oh,
Have you guys
fuck
ever heard
yeah.
the theory that the Flintstones and the Jetsons are set in the same universe?
Yes.
They are
Yeah, I
set
heard
in the
about
same
that.
universe.
You mean from the crossover films?
Yeah, there was crossovers between the Flintstones and the Jetsons, where
Yep,
the
in the
Jetsons
show.
were transported back in time to the Flintstones time, and vice versa, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was during the same time because then because they live up high in the sky and they go all the way down.
Because there was a little Martian that would come in and talk to the Flintstones sometimes. You
Marvin
remember that?
Martian.
The
Name
little
the Martian. His
fucking-
name is something else.
I wasn't
No,
big
it's,
on
Gizmo,
Flintstones too
maybe?
much.
Fucking nerds.
It's funny how there was like the little alien dude who was subtly manipulating human development from the time of the Flintstones.
Yep.
And
Great
now
Gazoo.
we have this theory that like maybe aliens have been manipulating human DNA and creating a new race, a hybrid breed between like monkeys on Earth or chimpanzees or whatever, and like the fucking aliens because they can't find the missing link between like there's some missing links between fucking Cro-Magnon man or whatever the fuck, like these fucking like upright walking apes and us, and like maybe it's just like the fucking the fossil record's a little bit difficult to find, especially in recent times or whatever. And the populations of these people weren't really around for a long time and in great numbers to fucking like determine where they came from. But it seems like out of nowhere, human beings made a giant evolutionary leap wherein our brains got way bigger. We developed the ability to speak. We are tool users. We're not the first tool users, but we're certainly the most advanced tool users. And we have had those abilities for like 100,000 years. At least.
That's scary.
Missionary position, that was the great leap.
Nice.
Every other mammal does it from behind.
We showed them how to do it the right way.
Blood on Steel says if they make robots that look like the chick robot off Terminator 3, dudes as a whole are beyond the endangered list.
That's true.
Yep.
Not even lying.
Go Shadow says Walmart is killing their DEI program. I heard that.
Thank God.
Yes.
Although
I hate going to the one over here, dude. You can't even fucking speak English to half of them. They all have a translator app and they aren't working worth the fuck. And I'm like, dude, you got to go find like the one white like stocking dude and like he's working his ass off. I'm like, this is backwards.
Well, he's saying that they're taking down all the kids' pride stuff from out of the stores.
Quit hiring the Kool-Aid hair college kids.
Fuck them.
Oh no, those are always going to be in Walmart.
Honestly, dude, the way that it's going to work in the future, I think, because of all of the theft and bullshit that happens, and I don't know, like everywhere, but especially around here. Like I was at the grocery store earlier today, and I saw multiple people stealing shit in different aisles. It wasn't just one person. There was 2 different people that I saw, like putting stuff in their jacket and looking around and being shady. You know, it was like,
Call them out.
I mean, it's so fucking normal now. There's no point. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, get in a fight while I'm trying to pick out some coffee? You know?
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm not saying get in a fight, but you can like
be like, hey, quit being a piece of
stealing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to a black dude and be like, "Are you stealing that?" Like,
Leo, are you stealing that?
That's gonna go well.
Right.
What if
I'm
he's
just
an
saying, like, it's a
upstanding
fight that I don't want to get in, and if King Supers doesn't care enough to fucking say something, why should I? You know?
Yeah, because you're just gonna end up like that guy in New York who's going to go to jail for trying to save people.
Right, like, oh, some racist in a King Supers was trying to stop a black guy from stealing stuff, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
especially if you live in a democratic city. So
I'm not
he
saying
was just
get
stealing food for his kids.
Yeah, you don't have to be like, hey, man, do you really think you need to steal that? Like, why are you being a piece of shit?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Jeez. When good men say nothing.
Trust
Give
me,
me
for
old
someone who works
missionary
in retail, it is not worth it because there's nobody that's going to save you or help you out but your lawyer.
Well, and then, like, where I was going, though, is, like, eventually, you're not going to have a storefront to walk inside of, right? You're going to pull up an app on your phone or something. You're going to sit in the parking lot, and they're going to bring a cart of groceries that you paid for through the app out to your car, and you're going to load it into your fucking back seat or your trunk or whatever and go, right? Like, everything's going to, you're going to be able to get everything you need, and everything's going to be in the cart or whatever.
It's going to eliminate even more jobs. It's going to eliminate marketing. It's going to eliminate stocking. It's going to eliminate employees in the store. It's going to what we're on is a destructive path to no jobs other than slave labor in like a shitty factory forever, like China. Now we're going to get paid better than like the shitty labor in China, but like that's going to be it. You're going to have the one. It's going to be like super jail, but like super fucking like monopolize giant business, like the one fucking business to work in town. Like what was that fucking King of the Hill? Like all the fucking businesses closed and everybody worked at the Megalo Mart.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a giant fucking Walmart in the whole town.
Now the Megalo Mart has like a tenth of the employees that they used to have because most of it's done by like the fucking Jeff Bezos fucking Amazon robots that sort things and put together packages and do all the things that they do. And people are just there to like make sure that things are running correctly and that the machines are stocked or whatever, And yeah, you're right. And what happens at that point when there's really not very many jobs left?
We become robot assassins.
Like you could start a business, but no one's got any money to spend on your fucking product, Yeah. So what are you going to do? What are we going to do?
We become Mega City 1.
Shut up. We're going to cut grass. We're going to become the new Mohicans.
So on that comment, the Dino's next super chat. I don't know about King Supers, but Walmart prosecutes everyone, and they have facial recognition software. And you may just steal $1 or $2 item here or there, but they will build a file on you and eventually apprehend you and prosecute you at the felony level.
That's kind of badass.
There was a woman I know that used to work at a Walmart, and whenever one of the new coins would come out for the 50 state quarters, what it was, she would take a different quarter out of her pocket, show them both to the camera that she was switching them out, and they still fired and prosecuted her for that shit.
No, I would say, Brian Knight, I was just going to say that universal basic income. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Right. And it's going to be at first like, oh, well, here's a level of income that we all agree is a livable income for people to have that, will take care of your basic needs and blah, blah, blah. And at first it probably will be. At first it'll be like, oh my God, look how great it is. I don't have to work. And these goods just show up because the robots do all the work and I don't have to do fucking a thing for it. But eventually they're going to be like, oh, well, the environment or the supply of this or the number of people that need that or whatever it is, there's going to be shortages. There's going to be shortfalls. There's going to be problems. Inflation's going to happen still, I'm sure, because we're just printing money. So now that amount of money that you're getting that was good isn't good. And like, there's so many problems that could happen with universal basic income. Like, it's got to be something that they keep up with constantly and update and make sure and double check. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we have the type of government that's responsive enough to try to do something like that.
Well, on top of all that, they would probably met social credit scores like China.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And it gets to the point where they can't save their money, and if they don't watch certain broadcasting, they lose money or they lose the ability to buy things.
Yeah, they just cut you off. Is what it is.
Well, they already have that here. It's the debanking thing that they had that they initially tried out with marijuana stores and gun stores like 15 years ago. You know, where if you had like a marijuana shop in Colorado that you opened, you couldn't have a bank, you couldn't have an ATM in your store, you couldn't take credit cards, you couldn't do payroll, you couldn't get insurance. Like, there's so many different, and it was because you are one of these businesses that's not reputable, or I forget what the term is that they use, right? But then they expanded it now to people, right? So it's like people, if you are involved with crypto, if you're like crypto's your job, or if you're doing a crypto startup, or banks is another one. So if you try to start your own bank, they like shut you down, or I forget what else. Like political stuff, I guess. If you're on the wrong side of something specifically politically, they can go in and shut off your bank so that you no longer have a bank account, blackball you from getting another bank account anywhere ever, stop your business from being able to do transactions. And now you're just like this entity out there that deals in cash, I guess, because that's the only way that you can survive is with cash.
Well, on top of all that, it's also businesses like PayPal will actually steal your accounts and your money that's in them, is what it is.
That in certain banks, because I was listening to even the one with Holy in the War, had to talking with one guy on the podcast. And I'm not surprised by that, because I know certain other people that do gun-related stuff, especially out here. Google kind of stifles their website. So...
Well, that's been known about. I mean, ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter and the Twitter files came out, I think it's well known that the government was exerting influence over social media companies to stifle free speech, to do things that the government is specifically not allowed to do. But companies are technically, right? Like a company's not the government, and they're not like forcing them to do it. They're just suggesting to them to do it, you know? So, I mean, technically speaking, no one's breaking the law, but it's definitely outside of the spirit of what the Second or the First Amendment's all about. And certainly the government going after specific people for wrong think or for spreading ideas that they don't like or whatever it is, you know, that's not what they're supposed to be doing, you know, and they're doing it. And if there were YouTube files or Facebook files or, you know, whatever other social media site you can think of, if the files come out for those, which they just might under Trump, that's the kind of thing that we might actually get a hold of because of Trump's presidency, is the actual information about what the government and these social media companies were doing in like 2016 or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I think that you're going to find that they're exactly the same as the Twitter files, that they were doing it to everybody, that the government was directly involved with stifling speech so that they could continue their own government, so that the Democrats could win, like the whole Hunter Biden laptop story, or during COVID, if you said stuff that you weren't allowed to say, or there's a million examples, dude. And it's all just been accepted by specifically the left, who traditionally were the champions of free speech, who were the party that like stood up to the Republicans when they wanted to ban lewd speech from fucking like Eminem and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So how do we escape the coming system?
We moved to Texas.
Eat the rat burgers.
No. And no. We need to barter without any monetary goods.
That was a Demolition Man.
You have to.
I understand
produce,
that. I've watched Demolition Man.
Produce things to barter, unless you're just going to swap spit and jizz.
Hey, man, that will happen. Yes.
So in the Netherlands, like hundreds of years ago, the workers in these factories were being exploited by the owners, and the people got sick of being exploited and taken advantage of and fucked over. So they took their wooden shoes called sabots and threw them into the machines, breaking the machines and inventing the word sabotage.
Ooh. I like it. Don't worry, the homeless will steal copper from all the robots. Go tweakers for the win. That's funny.
Shit, I'll take everything. The copper, the wires, the
references.
cobalt.
Dino Spumoni says, put wrongful arrest from Walmart in Discord. Let me look.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh, here, let's watch this. Present arms. About face.
Ended with deputies at his door serving a warrant for his arrest. Store employees accused him of shoplifting.
Well, Fox 5's Joy Dukes is live with more on the story and the evidence that he says the sheriff's office and Walmart missed.
Yeah, Russ Courtney, that man tells me he has been to Walmart hundreds of times, but never would have imagined a trip to this one would have landed he and his teenage son in handcuffs, falsely accused of stealing bags of sand that a receipt shows that they paid for.
The bags of sand are right underneath here.
Body camera video from Forsyth County Sheriff's deputies shows them reviewing surveillance of a reported theft at this Walmart on Browns Bridge Road last Saturday. The clip shows a man walk into the store and then out with several bags of sand.
So this is them loading them up.
Well, Michael Cruz, the man in question, tells Fox 5 the video Walmart used as probable cause for he and his teenage son's arrest was missing a fundamental part of the story.
The security guard had started the tape and started looking while we were at the sand, or while we were looking for a cart to get the sand. She didn't bother to go back an extra 2 minutes to see that we were actually in line at the cash register.
Cruz says he'd taken his 18 and 4-year-old sons with him to pick up a few items, including sand for a sandbox he was building in their backyard.
Purchase was $71, but the sand itself was $49.97.
The sheriff's office says it issued misdemeanor warrants based on the video Walmart provided.
But in certain cities, they can steal $1,000 worth of shit and be fine.
Well, he's white, so you can go after him without fear
right.
of provocation.
My bad.
Right. His son is looking to do
And he said, "Do you have it right now?" And I would
see, like that's why you don't, go up, say anything to the guy in the store when you're shopping for hot dogs and apple pie.
was on my driveway in handcuffs with a forearm in my spine, and I said, I can go get it. And they just rolled their eyes and said, you're coming with us.
Cruz and his son spent the night in jail. He says it wasn't until he reached out to Fox 5 and we reached out to the sheriff's office, they realized there'd been a mistake.
A detective was immediately sent to Walmart that morning. I would say within minutes of the phone call. They reviewed the tapes. They determined that what happened was that we purchased the sand from the cashier.
The solicitor's office dropped the charges, expunged both their records, and reimbursed their bond.
You're going to take out a warrant for somebody's arrest, and you've got to be 100% sure. You have to realize what
I would be suing the shit out of
he needs to sue the
Walmart,
fuck out of everybody.
and I would be suing the shit out of the police department and whoever it was that put an elbow in my back and rolled their eyes when I told them that I had the receipt. And I would be taking them all to court. And then probably retiring after that.
Oh yeah, they're about to get paid. They're about to get paid.
It almost makes you want to go to Walmart and prepay for shit and like put it in my cart and act all
Right.
shitty.
Put your hood up, get the glasses. Maybe they're not your glasses. You wear them around for a little bit and then go
Right.
put them back.
Tell the cops, please just hit me a couple of times.
Smack me around. I like it, Daddy.
Yeah. Make this arrest forceful. Send me the asshole cops to come and arrest me, please.
Does Kirk Buttfield not like you or something, Tactical Muffin Tom? I feel like he's talking lots of shit about Nebraska.
McCook, Nebraska. That's where a bunch of meth heads live, dude.
McCook? That makes sense.
All the tweakers from Kansas. No, there's
you got to
definitely
cook
a lot
the
of
meth,
fucking...
right? So where do you go to cook the meth? McCook.
Yeah. That's fucking spot on. That place is fucking gross.
They're McCooking the meth over there.
So you got McMeth. Okay.
Yeah. See, you're not really putting too much honorable mention out there, Big Fag Stick. So calm the fuck down.
Kirk Buttfield says, they shot my best friend in the head in the same parking lot.
Good. Don't fucking hang out in McCook.
The cops got away.
Good.
Yeah, fuck him. He's a faggot. He's been a faggot the whole goddamn night. He's going to be a faggot the whole rest of his fucking life. Might as well continue.
That's a lot of faggotry.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. But he keeps gobbling them fucking cocks because he loves them so goddamn much.
The cock gobbler.
Yep. From McCook.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I got no love for tags like that.
Honda DM'd you on.
Yep, he says. Makes it all worth it.
McCock. Oh, wait, where did you message me? Oh, on
Discord.
All right.
Something lighthearted.
How Texan are you? You get 1 point for every food that you've eaten. All right. Keep track yourself. We got chicken fried steak, corn dogs, fried okra, enchiladas, bowl of chili, crispy tacos, breakfast tacos, which we call burritos here, but I know what you're talking about, pico de gallo, fruto pie. I don't know what that one is.
Frito pie?
Frito
Oh my
pie.
god, those
Frito.
are bomb, bro.
Oh, Frito pie.
I know that.
With chili and cheese.
Okay, I've had that.
Yeah.
Brisket, ribs, chili con queso, fried pork chops. I've actually never had fried pork chops.
What? Oh my god.
They're good.
Fried bologna, sopapillas, fried chicken, fajitas. I feel like half of this shit's just Mexican food.
I feel like half of this is just regular fucking food we all eat.
Oysters,
You'd be surprised.
fried rabbit. I've never had fried rabbit.
I've never had fried. Well, I mean, I don't
Never
know.
had no rabbit.
Fried.
I've never had
I had
rabbit at
rabbit
all.
stew.
Actually.
Really?
I had
Oh my
rabbit
god,
stew.
it's delicious.
Yeah, I don't,
No,
I don't
it's
eat
not.
things with claws, man.
Yes,
I
it
eat things
fucking
with hooks.
is.
It was horrible.
All right, so what's the next one?
Well, I wouldn't
Homemade
say
ice
horrible.
cream, hot link sandwich, hot link sandwich.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
I know what that is.
It's basically hot dogs.
Pecan pie, chili dog, jalapeno poppers,
Oh fuck yeah, I love jalapeno.
refried beans,
Mhm.
goulash. Okay, that's three things I haven't had now.
Goulash. That's what? You
I
haven't had
had it either.
goulash?
The fuck is
think I have
goulash?
I never had goulash.
It's like it's just noodles, like peppers, onions, and meat.
Masha, I thought that shit was like
It's
gruel
like
or something.
it's like
Saying
poor ass
goulash.
hamburger helper. It's delicious.
Goulash.
Okay, keep going.
Guacamole,
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
shrimp bruschetta.
I've had that.
I've never had shrimp bruschetta, so that's four things. Fried gator, that's five things.
Yeah.
You had gator? Shit, I got that in Nebraska, bro.
Look, fried gator.
Pinto beans, of course. Who hasn't had pinto beans? Ranch style beans, my favorite. Black eyed peas. I used to work at a place called that. Funnel
were in the
cake, of
band?
course. Filet mignon. Why is that fucking?
Yeah, why is that Texas?
Fried zucchini and Texas toast. So there's
Because it's
five
beef.
things that I have not had on this
Okay,
list.
so
30
so where's that list on? I got 27.
I got 31.
31.
I won't even keep the score.
So 1 to 7, you're a wannabe. 8 to 14, you're a greenhorn. 15 to 21, you're a true Texan. And if you've had 22 of these things or more, which I've had 31 of them, I guess I'm a Texas flag waving Texan.
Yep.
We're moving to Texas.
I guess I eat 3/4 your menu pretty regular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, half the shit on. Okay.
It's like
Chicken
normal
fried
people
steak.
food.
How is that Texas? Corn dogs. How is that Texas? Enchiladas. How is that Texas?
Yeah, that's just
Tacos.
America.
How is that Texas? Pico de gallo. That's not even English.
I'll leave the chicken fried steak. You'd be surprised when people don't eat that.
What chicken fried steak? What the fuck do you mean you're gonna leave? That's some bomb ass shit, bro.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I've dealt with certain types of folks that don't eat that.
What the
How
fuck
is
is
filet
wrong with you?
mignon Texas?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how that was, but
Whatever, bro. It's fine. Texas thinks that they believe that everything belongs to them, I guess.
Fucking thieves.
We invented corn dogs and filet mignon, you faggots.
Mexa Texan.
And pico de gallo. We love that stuff. That pico de gallo is good, ain't it? Ceviche with pico de gallo.
Good eating.
Mm-hmm. Only in Texas.
Yeah, I didn't see
got
ceviche
Dr.
in
Pepper
there.
on that list.
I was just talking.
Dr. Pepper? What?
Because it's made in fucking Texas.
Yeah, my girl loves Dr. Pepper. It's the Texas version. And I was just talking to her too because I said I miss going back there eating some fried gator. I was just talking about this earlier.
I like gator.
Okay, let's say you have a 16-year-old daughter and she gets murdered by a 17-year-old illegal immigrant. Well, he's not an illegal immigrant technically, right? Because they're under 18 and they came with their parents, so he's in school, but he fucking got a hold of a gun and murdered your daughter.
You kill him.
And then he goes to court, and the court sentences him to 7 years in a youth offender program. Do you think justice was served?
Nope.
It'll be served in 7 years. As soon as he
Wait
gets
for him
out.
when he gets out. Just like,
Right. Matter of fact, I will want him to get a lighter sentence.
so that you can get to him quicker.
Right.
Or you
I'll
just
hire
do-
the lawyer for you.
Or you just do the thing where you wait for him in the phone booth, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why, Gary? Why?
Why? I think you know why
Right.
Gary did that. I think we all know why Gary did that. And I don't think you need to ask Gary why. It's fine.
Gary did good.
Why, Gary?
It's kind of like it's not a war crime the first time. Gary used that one. Nobody will ever be able to do that again.
Matter of fact, you wear a T-shirt with that saying on it. As soon as you do it.
Bro, look at the size of this pig. Holy shit.
That's what she said.
Damn.
Oh, that's the old photo. I seen that one.
That's a wild boar right there.
I see no photo.
I'll make some delicious ribs out of that.
Oh my!
It's a mirror muffin top.
It's a pork chop, man. Some
No.
Yeah, that'll make some fried pork chops, right? There's some
There's
Texas
some-
eating there, but you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Make some
I
good
get
on
some
the
other-
middles. Get
some other
some
pork
fucking
chops and
pork
gravy.
chops and some ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fried up.
Pickled pig's feet.
Make some fat back out of it. Some corn pone.
Hey, by the way, Honda, Muffin Top declared that he's going to test foods that people send to his P.O. box. Corey sent him pickled pig's feet.
And Shushami. We will by the way, Shushami is supposed to be opened underwater. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. That could be part of your problem, Honda. It might be fucking delicious.
I couldn't get it close enough to it to try to put it in my mouth.
Well, you didn't put it underwater when you opened it. You just opened it.
I couldn't get within 10 feet of that shit without fucking throwing, bro.
Well, we'll see how it works out.
Waterways too.
We'll see how it works out. Okay, don't open underwater. Listen here, Corey. You're a crazy person because you're like, fuck it, I'll eat it.
And then pull out your pocket knife and take some out.
Oh yeah. That's the normal
Gary's
one.
son was on the unsubscribed podcast. Why, Gary? Why?
Colefoot, you don't know it yet, but you're going to be over for that. You're going to be a contestant.
Yeah, I heard like he's like a comedian now or something. Like he be doing podcasts.
Yeah, because what you don't know is Gary was friends with both of the guys, the one he killed and the one who said why. And they were talking about the whole story of how all that shit went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to play poker with them cops.
Why, Gary? Yeah, I didn't see that. I'll check that out. The Unsubscribed podcast.
I mean, at least he's not all whacked out and crazy over the situation that happened. He probably still is, kind of, but.
Well, honestly, dude, like you'll find that most people who are in comedy, not all of them, but most of them, the reason that they're so funny is because they dealt with fucking some pretty dark shit in their life.
Yep.
And that was like their way of dealing with it, was like just becoming really funny and having like senses of humor about shit that would make most people cry. You know?
Yeah, that's what I try to do, but Honda just always tells me to go fuck myself, so.
Well, don't tell me to do things that I can't do that I've talked about specifically before on this channel about being frustrated about.
Listen here, why are you frustrated? I'll give you a hug. I like you. Don't make it
We're doing this again.
Yes, let's do this again.
If you want to do it again, we can do it again.
Let's do it again.
Daddy,
That's what the people want.
You want Dad to take off the belt again?
Yeah, I like
You
it.
want Daddy to take off the belt?
Yeah, I'll cry harder this time, Daddy. See, it's not turning into what you want.
When I was a little kid, there was the expectation that I would behave properly. And if I didn't, there was an underlying threat of violence. And that violence was expressed in the bathroom. So if I was ever bad...
You got raped?
Damn, in the bathroom.
Holy shit.
The threat was, do you want to go to the bathroom? Because that's where they could beat me and no one could see.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'd be scared of the toilet if I was getting that much beatings.
Yeah, dude.
What kind of beatings? This is sounding gay.
I was terrified of the bathroom when I was a kid.
Oh my god.
You shit at home, didn't you?
I still shit at home for some reason, oddly enough. I have trouble shitting in public places, and I've always wondered why. Maybe
I do better when people watch.
The fear runs deep.
Nice. Poop joke.
I think he gave the shirt Gary was wearing to that day to the guys on the Unsubscribed podcast too.
He also gave him some type of his hunter's license too. His dad's hunter license.
That one was good.
Dino Spumoni dropped in $2. Said the threat was a shower with Biden.
Kirk said, "Y'all know what to do now. We're taking Honda to the bathroom."
Oh, is Kirk Buttfield being nice now?
No, to me. He's just after you again. I took his conference. I took him off of you for a minute because he was being crazy.
You took him off of me.
Yeah, he was in your butthole. You didn't even know.
You wanted him in yours?
No, I was just trying to be nice. Then you were a faggot, so I let him on you again. But I still love you.
So you offered him your butthole to save mine?
No, I offered him Lawfully's butthole.
Look here, motherfucker.
He went for Corey's butthole because it's always bigger and better in Texas.
I feel like things just fall out of that butthole.
Oh no. Feels like a stretch.
It's a wide berth. I saved both of you.
Thank you. Nice. Now he's playing along. See, look, we made an ally.
I'm an ally. Anybody?
I'm an ally.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Slapping the chest.
I'm
92 watching, 20 likes. That means y'all are fucking gay lords and feds. Yep, you're right, Dino. Tell
I
them.
wonder how many people subscribed tonight because I changed a little setting that made it so that you cannot speak, you cannot comment here unless you're a subscriber.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I bet somebody out there wasn't subscribed, but they watched the channel and now they're like, God damn it, I got to subscribe now. I'm just wondering. Let me look real quick.
It was probably Kirk Butterfield. He's like, God damn it, I've been lurker forever. Now I have
lurkers, man. Hold on.
Nice.
That was a weak one, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think I got 2 or 3 subscribers from this today. That's awesome.
Oh, you sure told them who was boss, didn't you?
Yeah. Show those
viewers at home can play along with this question. This being the 2A Taco Tuesday chat, what did everyone do or plan to do this week to advance their 2A ambitions or advocacy?
What did
I'm
you
just,
start?
I'm just waiting for December 8th where we at least get some new information about the assault weapons ban.
Yeah.
I cleaned my guns from hunting.
I listened to a podcast from a dude who does 2A stuff.
I went hunting.
And then I did a podcast about 2A stuff.
I'm buying ammo. And
I went to my
stuff
local gun shop and supported
against my
them.
state rules.
I shot my gun into the air randomly a couple dozen times and then went and bought some guns for some people in my name and gave them to them.
Wait a minute. Why did you shoot it in the apartment above you?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I can't believe dude said that the other day, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, you might want to stop.
I mean, I assume he was joking.
They were all black. I don't know. They all had bloods
But I
tattooed
don't
on their
know
face.
that he was joking. I
Wait,
think
who
he
said
might have
that?
not even known that was an issue.
Well,
And I
Dino's-
definitely know we forgot to say anything about it after the chat to him too. So
Yeah.
it could still be an issue. I'm not sure.
He already knew at that point. Like he was taking it a little too far.
Just saying, man. I mean,
Corey was.
if you're gonna
blessed
go
by
on the
a
internet, don't admit to committing crimes.
Yeah.
Especially not federal ones.
Corey got raped. What'd you get, Corey?
A jar of pickles.
I like pickles. I've been eating my
Pickles.
pickles all week.
Some delicious pickles. Pickles.
Yeah, I gotta slow down on the pickles, or I'm gonna be out before the end of the year. Gotta switch back to salsa for a minute.
But that's Texan. They invented that in Texas, don't you know? Salsa.
No, it's Pico de Gallo. Pay attention.
Salsa also, but they didn't put it on the list because they just invent everything.
Shit, Texas. Hook a brother up.
Do you know what salsa means in English?
Probably fucking
Sauce.
salsa. I don't know.
Salsa.
It means
Sauce.
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 So they're just like, this is sauce.
Man, they got it.
Ooh, salsa. Me gusta salsa. I like sauce. Fucking
They wouldn't
stupid.
sell if they just said, "I
The
like
most
sauce."
rudimentary fucking like retarded language in the history of fucking Latin-based languages.
Velvet pickle pocket. What the fuck? Poor Corey.
All right, guys. Well, we're out of things to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and end it here. So, anybody else got last-minute plugs or anything?
Yeah, let me get a minute here, brother. Make sure you like, share, sub, and if you want to be able to comment on the E-Honda, you got to definitely sub now. So make sure you sub, brother, because this is as Texas as it gets over here. You know what I'm saying?
Happy Thanksgiving.
That wasn't my
Yeah,
best.
everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Might be our last one before World War III kicks off.
But thanks.
I don't
for
think
that,
that's going to
bro.
happen, but okay.
I'm already eating my Thanksgiving dinner.
Enjoy it, poop it out, and then put up all your Christmas shit. Deuces, everybody.
Oh, shit. Stephen Carroll right at the end. Dropping in a
Nipple.
$2 nipple. And we got
That was
a
a good
wild
one.
Jake the Garden Snake out in the chat.
Jake the Snake. He's a snake.
Super.
Slithery snake.
Snake. Hess.
$2 for the Doc Martin fund.
Oh, yeah, dude. I still don't have a pair of Doc Martens. I probably never will. Probably never will.
Come on.
No,
You got the Dinko jeans, you can get the Doc Martens.
It's true,
Next
I probably
chat,
could.
all super chats go to the Doc Martin fund.
All right, y'all. Laters, deuces, pieces, Reese's Pieces.
Woo! Reese's Pieces.